Hello everyone, my name is Binks and welcome back to Let's Play Dear Monster. Whew, last episode we did it. We finished Hikmet's route. It was a long one. It was a long route, but it was a really long episode. That was very emotional. mm. So it was very long and emotional because I could not remember how the ending was gonna go, and it really tricked me. Uh, as if I was playing it for the first time because I was like, "Oh my god, I think we're gonna get a bad ending. Actually, a sad ending." Um, but yeah, they tricked me. They tricked me. They tricked all of us. Oh man, that was legit a heartbreaking one. And now I'm like, oh yeah, we're fine. We got our good ending. So that was the best ending that we could get for Hikmet. The other two endings, one of them is sad, legit sad, and I was like, oh, I thought that was the one we were getting. Um, and it was pretty similar actually, except even worse because based on the choices we were making, it was legit Alan's fault what happened. And the other ending, which I actually like, was a little darker, where Hikmet was much more cold and calculating, and it was sexy, but bad. Not a great ending to get, but it wasn't bad per se. It wasn't romantic, but it was sexy. That's all I'll say. It kind of reminds me a little of the one we got with Farron. But there's some endings like that are like middle of the road where you have like a sexy ending, but it's not a good ending, you know? So there are endings like that in these games where you didn't have like a deep romantic relationship, but you still had like a sexy relationship with them. I call them like the middle of the road neutral endings that you get. Like you still were like bonded with them, so you're still like doing the do, but you're not in a loving romantic relationship. So it's not the best ending for Alan, you know? And that's kind of an ending where that I am thinking that we're probably going to get with this route that we are about to begin right now. So actually, before this recording session started, I frantically played through twice. Did a lot of skipping, trying to remember um, how to get the correct endings for Momo. The problem was that I did it twice and I got the same ending twice, and I was making different choices, and I was like, oh shoot. But then the third time I got a different ending, so I'm like, there's three endings, but I was only able to get two right now, so I don't know how to get the third ending. Um, so oh well, I got the middle of the road ending I was talking about, and I got the good ending. And in order to get the good ending, I was kind of, at first, I was like, really? I remember when I originally played the game, in order to get Momo's good ending, that was the one I struggled to get. And now looking up back on it, I'm like, oh, no wonder I struggled to get it. Because in order to get it, the choices I had to make to get it didn't make sense to me. But now looking back on his personality, now that it all, like, I know him better, I'm like, okay, I kind of get it now. It makes a little more sense. Because remember how I've made comments about how sometimes Alan, he can act a little differently depending on who he's interacting with and all that. With Momo, based on his personality, sometimes it makes sense, right? He's like the trickster. He's the fox. He tests people. He's a little rough around the edges. As you will get to know him a little better through this playthrough. So, in order to get his best ending, the choices that you would normally think you would have to make are not the right ones. So, that's why now I'm like, oh, I gotcha. You don't want to play nice with Momo. You want to stand up to Momo, kind of like with Empress. You got to put him in his place. You gotta stand up to him, be a man, be tough, and not take his shit. You know? and kind of be a jerk to him at times. So I didn't do that, and that's how I never got the good ending until finally I was like, oh, I see. So unfortunately, so we will not be going for the good ending. It was pretty good looking back on it now that I've played through it really quickly, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's pretty good. But I will say the ending that we will be getting, the middle of the road one, has a lot of elements of the good ending. So I think we'll be seeing some good stuff in here. So I think you guys will be pleased. I'm pretty pleased with it. We have my favorite cutscene of Momo's route in it. CG, I should say, not cutscene. So I'm happy that we will get to see it because it's really cute. It's really freaking cute. And I'm like, oh, Momo, you guys look really good together in that one CG. So I'm happy we get to see it. Yeah, so let's begin with this. I already started a little of the beginning of the same stuff we've seen. So this is the usual of him coming in. Um, I'll include it just in case any guys watching this have not seen this part. So give me a second, I'm coming. Stand up and open the door. It's Momo holding a silver platter. He smiles a very pleasant smile. Just because I do like this scene, it's really funny. But if you guys want to fast forward this part, please feel free, because I know we've seen it a couple times already. I avoid looking into his eyes. I have a feeling that whatever this familiar call is, experiencing it in a small enclosed space would be bad. Oh, why so shy? Didn't you look at me quite intently just a while ago? Anyway, I'm sorry I can't tell you it was my idea to bring you something to eat. It was all Farron. Last episode, I had to edit out so much of my rant about Farron, and there was so much I had to edit out of just me freaking out because I was literally going through like a mini breakdown about him. I don't know what happened. I really was going through like almost not a panic attack, but I was going through something. I don't know. I was my blood pressure was going through the roof. I do have high blood pressure. I was just diagnosed this year, but I was really going through it. Something about him. Something about him. Oh, I hope we barely see him this route. Please. Please. I do not want to see that stupid unicorn. Barely. Please. Thanks. And please thank him for me. By the way, what did you do to him? He's standing in the kitchen all whiny about not knowing how to interact with humans and you not liking him. Oh, that's because I rejected him. I told him I didn't want him to escort me to this room. Oh, and that. Yeah, I forgot about that. I made a joke about the mansion having a significant lack of grandfathers, but it probably sounded like I was blaming Farron for Grandpa not being here. I didn't want him to be sad. Oh, never mind. I was just curious. Let's not concern ourselves with trivial things anymore. Are you going to eat your eggs? He points at the platter he put on my desk. There's an omelette, a few slices of bread, and a glass of juice. I thank him again and take a bite. He watches me intently. I do love his music. It's probably one of my favorites of the whole soundtrack. It's pretty unwise to eat food from a stranger, don't you think? Especially someone who's not of this world. Dude. Hasn't your aunt ever told you stories about evil fairies and humans who venture too deep into a forest? Just continue eating. I'm hungry. She probably did. But somehow, I don't think you'd put anything in my food. Oh, wouldn't I? What's stopping me? Fear, maybe? Did you just... Love? Do you consider yourself to be a threatening person? If so, I must disappoint you. No, I meant Farron. From what I've seen, he seems like a very upright kind of unicorn. Actually, he's kind of psycho. Not the kind who'd be happy for his guests to get poisoned. You guys coexist here, right? No matter how confident you seem, you probably don't want to get on his bad side. He did probably kill you guys in another route that one time. Rip. Momo gets silent for a second and then laughs. Maybe you're not as defenseless as you look. To be honest, I'd much rather have you alive and well. But thinking you're untouchable might not be the best course of action for the foreseeable future. Just warning you. His gaze shifts to the crystal ball. I wish they would do more with the crystal ball. It's so great. Is that the everyday prophecy ball? I was wondering where it disappeared. He presses the button. Nothing happens. He grabs it and shakes it a little, then presses the button again. It hates me ever since that party. I laughed at it for being useless in front of our guests. I suppose it broke all the way down because of the shame. The ball shines with the light again. You will be saved from great hunger by a green giant. You didn't even try, did you? I know what the cook looks like, thank you very much. And no rhyme. Give me another one. The great disappointment awaits you. I will murder you in your sleep. I just imagine the crystal ball having Coco's little robot voice. She's so good at that. And the great shattering awaits you. Yeah, right. Try it, bitch. He looks at me. You see? Useless. I don't know. Seems to like you. I mean, you both seem like the type who loves to argue. Kinda ship it. Only if it's worth it. Don't rush with eating. He pats me on the head and walks away. Love it. One of my favorite scenes of the whole game. Alright, rather go with Momo. Okay then. He touches his bronze bracelet and it buzzes quietly. Go to the hall, he should be there soon. Soon I see Momo walking down the stairs. His steps are slow, and I have a feeling he's enjoying the view from a higher ground. Well, well, you've missed me already. I must say I'm flattered. I look into his eyes, just for a moment, but it's enough to fill the air with the same strange energy, glowing and pulsing between us. I swallow hard, then stare at his right shoulder instead. It's not... I mean, do you have some time to show me around? Since I'm trapped here and all, I thought that I could at least explore for a bit. I suppose there's no harm in you knowing the mansion's layout. At some point, you'll have to navigate here without a guide. After all, who knows how long we'll have you staying with us? This is not helping. A guided trip it is. I don't want to do boring things, though. So come along, dear. I have an idea where to start. We go upstairs, in the opposite direction from my bedroom. Momo stops before rainbow-colored doors. Uh-oh. Sorry. Rainbow-colored doors and opens them. We walk inside. Oh. Yes, I was zooming past during the route, so I didn't take the time to really look, and I was like, oh, something colorful. So we have this during his route. It's pretty cool. Zombie Castle. Right called Thrasher. Something time in the back. Balloon race. Shootout and hot something. Hot something. Cool. I haven't gone to like an actual amusement park like this in a long time. Like last time I went to like Navy Pier, but it's not like a dedicated amusement park only. That's cool. I mean, I'm a little too old to really feel like full-on enjoyment in like a ride. And with my balance issue, I get a little uncomfortable with certain like height based rides now, um, or anything that affects my balance. But like certain rides, I should be okay if it's not too fast or anything that like would freak me out. Um, I don't know. It's a shame. If it wasn't for this balance thing, I used to enjoy rides. I was never like a huge fan of roller coasters though. I never liked the feeling in the pit of my stomach when we were, you know, like feeling of like gravity pulling in the pit of my stomach. Never liked that feeling. Like it wasn't even the speed. It was just like uh yeah, like that moment when you were coming downward. I never liked that feeling. Made me feel sick. Not nauseous, but like I don't know. I guess it's anti-gravity thing. Never looked into that. Interesting. So I think I'd be really bad for like if I wanted to become an astronaut or something. Oof. I don't think I would ever be able to be into anything like that. The first thing I see is the vast blue sky. I do want to do the zombie castle though. That'd be cool. Like if it's one of those rides where you're just sitting in like a moving cart, like just on a rail, I think I could do that. That'd be fine. And you just like on a one level rail, and you're just like an attraction where you're just looking at stuff that's passing you by that's supposed to like jump scare you or whatever. Like I could do that. That's fine. Like ooh, spooky. I can handle jump scares. Like I'd probably jump or like jump and like oh like startled or whatever, but I wouldn't be like terrified. Like I don't have like I'm a little scared of like certain scary movies and stuff, but I don't think I'm like the type who would be terrified of like a haunted house to the point that I can't handle it. That's something I'm like, yeah, I could handle that. That's fine. Haunted house. House of mirrors. I could do that. That's fine. Carousel. That should be alright. Because that, at least you, as long as somebody helps me get on and off and I can hold on to stuff. Because they have the, you know, the poles. Ooh, poles. Pole dancing. Sorry. My brain saw poles and I'm like, pole dancing. Anyway. The first thing I see is the vast blue sky, yeah. There's no way we are outside. The sky here is different, brighter. Apart from that, I'd have seen the roller coaster and the Ferris wheel behind the mansion. I turn around. The park continues, with benches and some alleys to stroll around. There is no mansion. The doors we came through are now standing on their own, revealing the mansion's corridor through their frame. Momo closes them. It was worth it to come here just to see your expression. How is that even possible? Why does nobody listen to me? What did I tell you earlier, love? The answer is magic. In the mansion, we have a lot of rooms that are subspaces. Subspaces? Oh, just rooms that are bigger on the inside than on the outside. I mean, it's not simply resizing. You have the sky and everything. I think Theo took a chunk of terrain from somewhere and put it here. Or not, I don't really care. It's space-time magic. No fun at all. Ask Farron about the technical mumbo-jumbo. I think about it as mini-worlds inside the mansion. That makes sense, I think. But why an amusement park? Somehow I don't think you and Grandpa rode the merry-go-round together. Not to mention Hikmet. I can't even imagine him near something so bright and noisy. You seem to forget that Theo had a family. Some fathers take their children to the zoo. Others create pocket dimensions with the theme park. I have a hard time imagining Grandpa here. I mean, I don't know anything about him, but it just feels... Oh, I get you. You are right, love. This place was for the girls. Your aunt and mother. Your grandma, Farron. Even I came here sometimes. Theo didn't have time back then. Grandma, where is she? Is she... She died. How? Was she sick, or... There's no point in just standing here, is there? Let's go. He could have at least told him the answer to that. He ignores my question and walks away without looking back. Maybe I should just ask about Grandma later? But he doesn't seem angry or sad, just indifferent. Where are we going? Aren't you impatient, little pixie? A pixie? Like a fairy? Yes, they can be adorable, but oh, so curious. They never stop asking questions, even if they know it won't end well. Won't end well? Never mind. Can you not call me a pixie? I'm a guy too, you know, so it's a bit... He smiles at me like you'd smile at a dog that can't find a ball in the grass, only to discover that you never threw it. Wow. But of course you are. You are very manly. Nothing like a pixie. Indeed. Here we are. Wow. Rude. Oh, we're back at this store that I was like looking around, trying to figure out about that dang poster on the left. What is this place? Oh, wrong voice. What is this place? An exhibition of my work. An atelier where all your dreams come true. A safe space where you can channel your inner self. Whatever you want to call it, dear. You made all that? Clothes, jewelry, accessories. Why is it so hard to imagine me using a needle and thread? Maybe melting down some precious metal to put in a mold? What about the crystal balls then? Someone to chat with? Ah, unfortunately, that's not the right guess. These are merely containers for carefully prepared glamour spells. You can also find little extra, various scents and voices, but I wouldn't recommend them. They're tricky to get rid of. Glamour, like changing your appearance? Mm-hmm, very fox-like. Exactly. An instant transformation spell. So you do know what it is. Well done. I used to be into fantasy. Like, really, really into. Read tons of books. Long time ago. What made you stop? Life, I guess. There were so many things to learn. So many things to do. I just didn't have the time to waste anymore. I feel you, bro. Ah, I see. This is a little unexpected. You and your grandpa might be more similar than we thought. So, anyway, is that your specialty? Glamours? Oh, you could say that I'm good at wearing masks. I don't need glamours for that. But it's a decent way to remind myself of what I was going for at a certain point in time. To, shall I say, preserve the past. For example, he grabs a jar from behind the counter and illuminates with purple smoke. Version 178, The Pretty Boy. He opens the jar, and the smoke envelops him. Oh yes, the pretty boy who reminds me of Kuya from New Carnival, especially with the purple theme. This is why I'm like, oh my god, Momo, you're so similar to Kuya. I mean, the only thing he's really missing is that his hair is not purple. His hair, if it was purple, I'd be like, oh my god, it is Kuya. Oh, he does look really hot though. I'm not gonna lie, like Momo being more buff is nice. Like, I don't mind Momo's actual design. Like, he is hot the way he is. But I do like his pretty boy design too. Like, I'm not really into blondes much, but this guy is pretty hot too. Like, I wish he was like a separate character. Like that. That's really hot. Ah, like, oh man. Like, I'd be giving him like a sexy voice. Like, oh, just imagine if Momo was like this. But it's kind of, it's interesting to imagine if he was like this with Alan, how different they would look together. Like two, almost like two twinks. Kind of like how he was with Farron, you know? Two pretty boys together. Anyway, he's pretty hot. Oh well. Wasn't meant to be. I do like the glasses. It's kind of teasing me because we don't have a guy with glasses at all, and that kind of makes me mad. Oh, what a missed opportunity if we had had a guy with glasses. You guys know. Well, I don't know how many of you guys know, but I have a thing with guys with glasses. Ugh. Missed opportunity. If he had had glasses, that would have really, really raised my thirst for him a lot more. Ooh. This guy with glasses. Oh my gosh. He would be super hot. Damn. Oh well. Oh well. Failed. You failed. You failed me. I used it some time ago, then decided it doesn't suit me. What do you think? Oh well. I mean, I like it. I don't even care if that's not the right answer. I like it. Is that so? Yeah, I like it. If I would have liked it more if he'd been wearing the freaking glasses. Maybe you want to try something on. You could get dizzy from glamour, so let's wait with that. But maybe we could try that hat over there. It'll do wonders for your eyes. Really? Isn't that a woman's hat? Is it? I don't know which hat you're talking about. The one on the mannequin behind us? The one with the red bow? It's kind of weird. That you're... Well, I mean... You could try it just for fun, I guess? I mean, it's no big deal. Just trying on a hat. And it would match your outfit. Because it has the red bow. Perhaps you could say it matches a typically more feminine type of clothing. But I don't think that matters, do you? I mean, I guess he's trying to say you could be more open-minded. Yeah. Oh, look at these responses. I guess Momo's the type he is trying to say, don't be more open-minded. You don't have to be so close-minded about gender and all that. Which is surprising coming from Momo. But at the same time, being a fox and being non-human, I guess it does make sense, right? That he's like, oh, humans, why are you so close-minded and judgmental? So, yeah, that's cool. I'm surprised. No, I'm not surprised. I think it's cool. It's cool that it's coming from this game, and it's interesting it's coming from Momo. It's interesting. It makes him a little more likable. At least for me. Who should we have? I don't know. I think I feel more comfortable trying something else. No offense. I mean, I could see Alan saying that normally. This is like him if he's like, no, I'm not, you know, which sucks. I'm trying to remember for this specific path, like, what kind of responses with. Like, I think for the, surprisingly, for the good route, and I remember I was disappointed. We had to be kind of a jerk, so we had to say this one. I'm not a cross-dresser, which kind of made me mad. But like I said, we kind of had to be a jerk. We had to be like a little more argumentative with him that whole time. And I was like, why are we gonna say this? Alan, come on, man. But we had to be contrarian to him like this whole time. But for this route, we don't have to be. So it's either this one or the top one. We could just, I don't know. Let's just wear it. I'm like, I don't see why not. This is hard because I don't really know. It's not as clear cut as like with Hikmah where I knew per se the type of answers or the type of personality Alan has to have. It doesn't help that when I was playing through earlier, like I said, I couldn't get the other ending. The bad ending. I don't know what I had to do to get that bad ending. Like, I got the middle of the road one, I got the good one. What did I do? Why couldn't I get the bad one? That's weird. You would think. Jeez, I don't. I'm gonna do this one. I'll wear it. I put the hat on and look at myself in the mirror. It actually looks good. It even somehow fits my outfit. See? It did match. And how do you feel? I like it. I don't know if it fits me, but it's not bad. Not bad at all. Hey, open-minded Alan. Well, of course. I chose that for you. We will make a cover girl out of you yet. I put the hat away and stare at him. Cover girl? Just something I've seen on TV. However, tell me, love, do you always do exactly as you're told? Don't tell me you're testing us again. I'm not surprised. Come on, Momo. What if I'd picked a pink dress instead? Would you still have worn it? But the hat did look good. Yes, it did. But considering how uncomfortable you looked when you were putting it on, I'd say it took a toll on you. Why not simply refuse? Everything with Momo is a test, right? Momo, why are you like this? I get that you're trying to help Alan in your own way, but then when it comes to you, you're kind of like always so vague and mysterious and don't want to open up. You know, you're kind of two-faced like that. And I think that's going to be the battle. Like, if we were going for his good ending, and I can see why we would always have to be contrarian and fighting with you just to get you to open up, you know? And that's kind of frustrating. I don't know. I guess I didn't want to offend you. Since you're so nice to show me around, I didn't want to do anything to make you dislike me. Well, it seems we'll have to work on that confidence of yours. Changing the subject? Why is this place here, anyway? I mean, in the amusement park. Oh, the girls used to come here and force me to make dresses for them. I wonder if Farron and I spoiled them rotten. We sure tried. They came here a lot? Even my aunt? Yes, that one was especially hard to please. Everything had to be exactly as she described, or else. Okay, I think I know what we're doing for this route now, based on that conversation. So, I think we're going for weak-willed Alan here. That will help me determine my choices. He's gonna be little soft, weak boy. Compared to the good one where we're gonna be a jerk and more strong-willed. Got it. But then, I guess bad route is... what? Whatever choice remains, then? I guess I'm gonna have to just do that on my free time. Because I don't know. I couldn't get it. Okay. Okay. Weak-willed, soft, delicate flower Alan. That's what we're doing here. I mean, that's kind of what we did with Farron, too, right? That he just gave in to all of Farron's whims. Okay. Alright, sorry guys. I was trying to figure out what I'm doing. Yes, that one was especially hard to please. Everything had to be exactly as she described or else. And to answer your question, the atelier is not exactly here. I added another entrance just for them and thought we would go through the park. And what were they like? My aunt back then and Mom. His eyes become foggy as he dives into memories. Charming, funny, bloody clever. I have an idea, love. Let's get to a place they loved playing in. He leads me across an alley. There's a building with Zombie Castle signboard on it. When we come inside, I laugh at the cheap Halloween-like decorations. Paper spiders hang from the ceiling, and cardboard witches lurk behind the corners. Ooh, spooky. I forgot the settings are still set on low. Let's bring back the moving body parts and shadow monster, shall we? After all, you seem to be looking for something more exciting. Huh? Wait. Uh-oh. Oh no, how scary did he make it? Oh dear, you look so pale. Maybe you need a blanket and warm cocoa. Perhaps a bedtime story? Oh, you made him scared. How bad is it? Momo the babysitter, I'm glad you find your true calling. I guess that's the sassy response? Let's sit down, think I'm gonna puke. I guess this is the weakest. That was freaking terrifying, but being with you made me feel safer, I guess. He narrows his eyes at me. I don't think he liked that response. What? I don't think he likes that we're being so weak. I'm not your babysitter, dear. Neither am I someone you can lower your guard around so easily. How about we continue the tour? Any requests? I want to know more about Grandpa. So he's a wizard that lives with magical creatures, but what else? Does he look like Gandalf too? I'd say more like Bilbo. Accurate? Except not so short. Wait, you know what I'm talking about? Love, I've studied human behavior and culture for a long time, and social media made it embarrassingly easy. I don't even have to leave the mansion to observe you anymore. You all seem to love displaying the most insignificant details of your mundane lives now. True. How about we go to Theo's study? I think it might give you a better idea of him. Alright. I nod and we walk out of the park. Momo takes me in front of another wooden door, no different than the ones we passed. Alright. So... this is not the correct... We're not in September. Nor are we in April. What? How did we skip a whole page? Did I do that on purpose? Damn. I guess I did that on purpose, but okay. Anyway. Alrighty then. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you're enjoying this. Now that we are starting on Momo's route. Now that I have a better idea of... Like, when I was playing it earlier, when I was not recording, I didn't really know... Because when you're just playing it without knowing exactly the kind of answers to choose to get the endings, it's tough, you know? And now I kind of have the themes in mind. I'm like, okay, so this kind of answers get this, and this kind of answers get that. Now I got it. Now we're rolling. All right. So anyway, I'm excited. So now I know exactly the ending we're getting, and I hope you guys will like it because it was pretty interesting. It was pretty good. Yeah. So anyway, until next time, have a nice day. Bye bye.